It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got a pair of teams who met each other in Super Bowl V. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Dallas Cowboys. All that and more coming up next.
In between the cities of Dallas and Fort Worth, it's Arlington, Texas, host to the grand mecca of football, AT&T Stadium, the home of the Cowboys. With Greg Olson, Mike Tirico up here in the booth. So glad that you are along with us. Greg got a couple offenses here that love to take their shots down the field, so the defenses really have their task right in front of them if they want to win this game.
Yeah, no question. I think as many of the matchups that we've dove into this entire week, it really comes down to which defense puts a lid on the opposing passing game and prevents as many big plays as possible. We see it week in and week out. The correlation between generating big plays, especially through the air, directly leads to the ability to score points. So make teams go the long way. You know, the defensive old saying is make them snap it again.
Here's Matt Gay ready to get this one started. And off we go from spectacular AT&T Stadium. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early...
Oh, the first play, and he is intercepted. That's the linebacker, Zaire Franklin.
Looking at that play, Mike, there's really no fault on the offense there. That's just an incredible read defensively from the get-go. This is a short, safer pass. They've talked all week. Let's get an early completion, settle in our quarterback. And what happens? The defender steps in front. He's able to make the pick, and that is the fast start this defense was hoping and talking about all week.
The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. They're led by their man at quarterback out of the University of Florida. It's Anthony Richardson.
Dream situation here for your first possession of the game, Mike. You go from sitting on the bench thinking you got a couple minutes before you got to take the field. Defense comes away with a huge takeaway on the opening snap of the game. Now, in this sudden change, can you come away with points? Can you reward the defense for creating the turnover and get yourselves out to an early lead?
And he'll be out of bounds at the 5. It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's first and goal. Here's Richardson, going to keep this himself, and he will do it himself. He's in. Anthony Richardson, touchdown Colts. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Colts will take a 7-0 lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Kavontae Turpin on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready now for their second drive. They had that pick on the opening drive. It led to a touchdown. So 7-0 the deficit as they get the ball back, 1st and 10. A first carry now for Rico Dowdle. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now a second down throw for Prescott. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Brandon Cooks with that pass. Now it's going to be third down.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Colts offense ready for their second possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Off the zone read, this is Richardson. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. First carry now for the former Badger Jonathan Taylor. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the gun, Richardson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Cowboys offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin with 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He's got a man. It's CeeDee Lamb. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Now Dowdle. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Pistol now for Prescott. He's got a man open. That's Tolbert. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So the big play gets him down close, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will dive into the end zone. Rico Dowdle. Touchdown, Cowboys. taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He's got it. The Cowboys will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. Josh Downs now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over once more. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. The pass rush gets home and he goes down. Micah Parsons, too tough to stop, gets in to bring him down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. He's going to look for the home run ball. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down.
He's trying to set the tone here for the rest of the game and let this defense know there is not a blade of grass on this field that you don't have to defend, because he reared back and he let that one eat. And he's got to work a little bit on his touch, a little bit on his accuracy, but...
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Here's Rigoberto Sanchez now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. Perhaps he didn't get all of it. Their catch is taken right around midfield. The Cowboys offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a 1st down. Here's a carry for Dowdle. Not a whole lot there as he'll work it down to the 46. Zaire Franklin that time there for the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now Prescott. Here's a screen coming for Dowdle. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
When you call a bubble screen, you're really putting a lot of faith that your skill players, your wide receivers and backs, are going to be able to hold up there in space as blockers. And when you don't, sometimes you end up going backwards.
A touchdown apiece here in the 1st quarter of play. Paris Evans on the scoreboard. We're back to Arlington in a moment. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. That is caught. Cooks gets the grab. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll throw again. Dak. That one, take it in. Jalen Tolbert. Touchdown, Dallas.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure, and I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Aubrey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Cowboys will move out to a 14-7 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Anthony Gould now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Colts offense about ready to take over once more. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. They'll go play action. It's Richard. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now Richardson. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here's their punter now. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. Now, fair catch taken, and they're going to have great starting field position just shy of midfield. Here's Dak Prescott, and the Cowboy offense set to go again. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Back to throw is Prescott. The open man is Tolbert.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
On the ground, it's Dowdle. And he'll get this down to the 40. That's a nice run, and it's also a 1st down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. It's going to be pulled in by Dowdle. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
They'll run with Dowdle. And he'll take this to about the 38-yard line. Zaire Franklin that time, there for the tackle. Two minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium. After this, got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
This one off the upright. He had the distance, but it's no good. And this is going to remain a 1-possession game.
Mike, I'll tell you, off his foot, I thought he had it the entire way. I mean, sometimes you get lucky and the ball kind of kicks in off the upright, but other times you don't. And in this case, the upright sent it right back.
Richardson to throw it here on 1st down. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
On 2nd down, Richardson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. They smelled the screen and took care of it. Blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
The Cowboys offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. A short throw caught by Ferguson. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Third and long. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Colts offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Deron Bland. And the Cowboys have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
The home team's offense going to take over just before the half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Prescott. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Cooks. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. To throw is Prescott. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
3rd and short. Prescott. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. And it's going to be 4th down.
Well, that's 2 straight plays now where this secondary has won their matchup. And right now the offense needs to find some plays that just call for easy completions. Get your wide receivers in space. Allow them to run after the catch. Because right now these downfield passes, the defense is all over them.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this is going to remain a 1-possession game.
You have to give him credit, Mike. I mean, that shows a lot of faith in your kicker because that is an ambitious effort from that distance.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. This throw right side pulled in by Pittman. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Matt Gay coming on for this field goal try. This a 57-yard attempt. And that is no good. He missed it. And they are not able to draw closer.
Man, that would have been such a nice boost for this group going into halftime. The snap was good. The hold was good. He just couldn't quite get it through the uprights.
Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. That's down the field for Lamb. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds. 000 up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Reports.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I think we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll wind up getting this all the way to the 45-yard line. The Colts offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Richardson will give it to Taylor. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. Now it's Richardson. He'll keep it. And he's not going to get the first down. They met him, brought him down in the backfield on 3rd and short.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
The Colts about set to punt, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The home team's offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. He's going to let one go deep for Lamb. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. Let's see who they got. Now Prescott. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. Here's a 2nd and 12. He'll try the right side this time. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Dak facing 3rd and long. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Here's Downs to return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They'll start out 1st down and 10. On play action, Richardson. He's going to tuck it and go. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. There he goes again.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold them to just a short game.
Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, Richardson. Catch made, that's Pittman. He'll get it inside the 20. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
We see so many wide receivers in today's NFL that almost resemble more of a running back style. When they get the ball in their hands, not only are they able to pick up big yards, they're able to fight through tackles and make people miss. That's an element that a lot of offenses are searching for. Takes a lot of pressure off the quarterback.
Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. Taylor going to try to pull his way in. Powering forward. He's in. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Indy. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Now Gay for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Colts will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. This one fielded at the 15. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Operating from the gun, here's Dak.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
On 2nd down, it's Dak. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page and the ball falls incomplete.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here. And there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Richardson. A throw on the move is caught. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Taylor. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. They go right back to Taylor. Taylor up 1st down and more. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again here with Taylor. Finding space at the 15. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, 4th quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to go take this lead.
They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Now it's Taylor. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
Now Richardson. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Anthony Richardson. Touchdown, Indianapolis. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Gay to add the PAT. He's got it. And the Colts have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over once again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he finds some daylight. up past the 35-yard line, a pickup of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down. Good running. Gets him to about the 44.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. That's to the left side. He's got Ferguson. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 3rd and 9.
Time now becoming a factor as we get to 3rd down. Now Prescott. He'll try to run for it. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Will they bring the heat for 4th and 6? They'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. The pressure once again too much. And that should wrap this one up.
So you roll the dice on offense and you fail. But now you can't give up. Your defense has to go out there and get a stop. You have all 3 timeouts. You have time to get the ball back one more time on offense. So now your defense needs to answer the bell and give your offense one more shot.
The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. Whistles here and a timeout. Defense going to take this one with 1:51 to go. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Here's Taylor. And he'll pick his way forward. A gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. Throwing, Richardson. Open man, left side. He's got it. Cowboys going to use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee.
The quarterback runs it on the option. Taken down at the 19-yard line.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short game.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So this one, a win for the visiting Colts. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the second half, no points allowed, and they cruised to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.